Have you ever felt that no matter how much you work all day, nothing seems to really move forward? Like your brain is stuck in a fog, jumping from task to task but never achieving anything meaningful? I've been there. Just a few weeks ago, I found myself sitting in front of my computer with over 20 tabs open and an endless to-do list. That feeling of being busy but without real results. Until something happened. I discovered what was sabotaging me. And more importantly, I discovered the most powerful tool to turn the game around: deep focus. Did you know that on average, it takes us 23 minutes to regain focus after an interruption, and that most people spend an average of 5 to 9 hours a day on their phones? This means that, without even realizing it, we're constantly being pulled away from what truly matters. And that's the problem. Imagine trying to read a book while someone taps you on the shoulder every 5 minutes. Impossible, right? But that's exactly what we're doing to our own minds every single day. A while ago, I came across a concept that changed everything. It's called deep focus. It's a practice embraced by some of the most successful professionals in the world, from award-winning writers to billionaire CEOs. But it's not just a technique, it's a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained. I decided to give it a try. At first, it felt impossible. Every 10 minutes, my brain begged me to check social media, respond to messages, or worse, open some random video. But I forced myself to keep going, and when I managed to enter the state of deep focus for the first time, something magical happened. Suddenly, that work that seemed like it would take hours was done in 45 minutes. My mind was clear. I knew exactly what to do and how to do it. For the first time, I felt like I was in control of my time. Deep focus works because it activates something you might already know about, something called the flow state. But what exactly is it? Imagine the last time you were so immersed in something that you lost track of time. Maybe writing, drawing, solving a complex problem, or even playing a game. You were in the state of flow. The flow state is a mental condition where your mind and body work in perfect harmony. It's as if every decision is automatic, every movement precise, and all your energy is channeled exclusively into the task at hand. In this state, the outside world disappears. You don't notice the sounds around you. You don't feel the weight of exhaustion, and distractions simply vanish. When you enter flow, your brain releases a unique combination of neurochemicals, like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine. These chemicals not only boost your motivation, but also enhance your ability to concentrate, think creatively, and solve problems. It's as if your brain switches to turbo mode. Scientific research shows that people who frequently experience this state are happier, more creative, and far more productive. That's why artists, elite athletes, and successful entrepreneurs value the flow state so much. But how are deep focus and the flow state connected? Deep focus is the gateway to the flow state. Think of it this way: flow doesn't happen by chance. It requires you to eliminate distractions, reduce mental noise, and fully immerse yourself in a task that holds meaning or offers an interesting level of challenge for you. When you practice deep focus, you're training your mind to ignore external stimuli and connect exclusively with what you're doing. Over time, the skill becomes almost automatic, making it easier and more frequent for you to enter the flow state. Albert Einstein was known to enter such deep states of focus that he would forget to eat. Steve Jobs would strip away everything around him to work exclusively on one idea. Coincidence? Not at all. They understood that true progress only happens when you eliminate the noise. But why aren't we constantly achieving deep focus? The problem is that the flow state demands you overcome two major barriers. 1. The superficiality of modern distractions. Notifications, social media, short videos. Our world is designed to steal your attention constantly. 2. The initial difficulty of engagement. To enter flow, you need sustained focus for at least 10 to 20 minutes. Most people give up before reaching this point. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great, but how do I start? Deep focus doesn't come out of nowhere. It's a skill that needs to be built. But don't worry, I'll give you 3 practical steps that have truly transformed my routine and can transform yours as well. Step 1. Create uninterrupted blocks of time. Treat these time blocks as unmissable appointments with yourself. Just like you wouldn't ignore an important meeting with a client, don't ignore the time you've set aside to focus on what truly matters. But here's the secret. It's not enough to block the time, you need to protect it. To do this, choose the time of day when you're most productive. Put your phone on airplane mode. Turn off computer notifications. If possible, let those around you know that you'll be unavailable during this period. Imagine this: for 90 minutes, nothing exists except you and the task at hand. It's in this sacred, uninterrupted time that deep work truly flourishes. Step 2. Prepare your environment. Our brain is highly influenced by the environment. Imagine trying to read a book in the middle of a concert with extreme loud music. Impossible, right? Just like that, a chaotic environment, whether visually or audibly, is a magnet for distractions. Here's what to do. Keep your workspace clean and organized. Eliminate any sources of noise that might interrupt you. Position yourself comfortably in a way that supports prolonged focus. Step 3. Start small. At first, deep focus can feel exhausting, and that's completely normal. After all, you're training your mind to unlearn years of constant distraction. So where should you begin? Lower your expectations. Instead of trying to work for 2 straight hours on your first day, Start with 20 minutes. It might sound small, but it's enough to begin training your focus. Gradually increase these periods as your mental endurance grows. And here's the kicker: reward yourself. After completing a block of deep work, celebrate in some way. Whether it's a coffee, a short break, or watching something you enjoy, your brain will associate the reward with the effort, boosting your motivation to repeat the process. I know it sounds challenging, but remember, all truly valuable things require effort. By mastering deep focus, you'll not only achieve more in less time, but you'll also feel like you're living with greater purpose. So here's my challenge to you. Take 1 hour of your day to try this. Turn everything off, choose one task that matters, see what happens. And when you're done, come back and share your experience. Remember, the power to transform your life is quite literally within your reach.